All right, we are out running on a 6-mile run, night run with River. I'm going to talk a little bit about why fueling, if you're an ultra endurance athlete, is important even on your shorter workouts, like an hour or less. People think that you wouldn't do that, but if you are super high volume, then you kind of need to. And then we're going to talk about Mothtech, which is a clothing line made by Satisfy. And to represent, I don't know if I can show it right here, but I got my Sriracha hot sauce shirt on. It's cotton, which we'll get to in a minute. And also what'll be helpful, hold on River, let me clip you down, is to show y'all the hydration situation. I've got his clip on backwards. Oh, there it goes. Okay, and then our fueling. So when I talk about 100 calories, in here I've got 100 calories. It's an old gel flask. And then, so that doesn't hurt my stomach. I've got, and that's just table sugar and a little bit of blood orange flavoring. And then I've got 2 of these so that while I'm, if you just ate that fuel straight, it'd make you sick to your stomach because it's too concentrated. And let's see, we're also, let me drink some water while we're at it. We're about 2 miles in. No, I think we're further than that. We are almost, we're like 2.5 to almost 3 miles in. And let's see, while I adjust this, let me talk about, if you're high volume, which you're starting to talk about like 15 hours a week. So Ironman training, high-end half Ironman training, and even especially like ultra marathon running, where you're running 50 plus miles a week. And interesting tidbit, people that qualify for the Ironman World Championships, they run 42 to 50 miles a week on top of all the biking and swimming. It's pretty crazy. And sorry for the bouncy cam. It's going to be like that a little bit until I get a better solution here. And but it'll be coming, because this is the first time I'm trying this with this one filming app. And I looked for a selfie stick at the house. I couldn't find one. But anyway, if you're high volume, basically you're running a calorie deficit all the time. So this 6-mile run, for example, if you've ever been tested or just kind of know the numbers, I've been lab tested. I burn 100 calories per mile, 100 calories per mile, whether I'm walking or running. And they can do that with this kind of breathalyzer thing in a lab. It's pretty cool. I've done it several times. And so 100 calories for a 6-mile run is still a major deficit, but you definitely then have a little bit of easy to use glucose in your bloodstream, especially when you start out. Your muscles soak up. You can have, it's like ultra endurance athlete induced hypoglycemia, low blood sugar, is when you first start exercising. Your muscles are so good at pulling blood sugar out of your blood that you can get lightheaded. I used to get that a lot. And so a little bit of sugar is good. And then also with the hydration, that block in the upper lip bothers me. We're going to talk in future episodes. We're going to talk about my ultra beard that I've got going on here. Oh, we're in Central Texas. We're having a little bit of a cold spell. So we're going below freezing at night and above freezing during the day. So of course in Texas, everybody has to panic. Not really, but some people do. But anyway, I'm halfway between Houston and Austin. So this run is a mix of a run for me and I'm gonna turn off this light so it cuts down on all the seizuring and annoyance for you watchers. Ooh, something's big in the bushes over there. Here, it's probably deer. You gonna sniff it out? But anyway, the amount of calories that you burn through training that much is absolutely incredible. And also, like, oh, I don't need water while I run. Well, it depends. Even for short workouts or short bikes. And if you're that, there's a Texas personal vehicle, Ford F-350. The amount of dehydration you get is unbelievable as well. And sodium that you need is crazy too. You are literally like operating on a different level if you're really training like an ultra distance athlete does. And we're gonna get into a lot more of that, like why I'm running so slow. That's a whole nother episode. And it's like there's all these nuances to going really long that are so cool to learn about and put into use, and then figure out how to go really, really far and be successful. You look at my bio, I've done an Ultraman, I've done a 100-miler. I've swam 22 miles nonstop across Lake Tahoe at high altitude, even though I was training down here at sea level. All on these training tips I give on this. And also, if you got time, go check out Zen in the Art of Triathlon and Zen in the Art of Endurance, which is my podcast that I've been doing since podcasting started, since 2005. Got a backlog of hundreds of episodes. Interviews with Phil Maffetone, who's the greatest coach in triathlon history, and Chris McCormick, Chrissy Wellington, Ironman world champions, you know, and much, much more. And pro athletes, and been doing a lot of gravel lately. So Drew Dillman is one of our recent interviews, and Justin McQuarrie, who went to Gravel Worlds in Europe. It's another recent interview. I do interviews with companies, so CEOs and product managers and stuff. So the latest was with the CEO of Lauf, who famously makes a kick-ass gravel bike, but is now then they branched out to road bikes, and now they make a pure mountain bike. So anyway, go check out the podcast if you want long form audio. And also a pro tip, if that's a lot of what this whole channel and show I do is about, is tips, because I want everybody to be able to get into ultra. I think it's so freaking cool, because you end up using the time as like meditation time, and it really makes you a much better balanced person. So let's see, I forgot. I'll remember it. This is a trick I've learned. If you forget something in the middle, it'd be like, I'll get right back to it. It'll pop up in a second anyway. Your brain will be searching for it in your subconscious. Fueling for oh yeah, go back and listen to any of the old episodes that you want. And I recently, like a year and a half ago or something like that, changed the show to Zen in the Art of Endurance, because we were doing so much marathon mountain biking and long distance gravel racing instead of just triathlon. But anyway, you're fueling. Okay, that's enough, dude. Let's go. That's enough. Come on. This is a long out and back, so he sniffs a lot on the way out, but then on the way back uphill, he's sniffed everything, so there's a lot more running. Also, I coach, so get in touch with me if you want coaching. I've done it all many times, and I can teach you the relaxed approach that's actually critical for being able to go long. You got to figure out how to do it relaxed. or else you'll never make it. End up blowing up or getting injured, wearing yourself out, making everybody around you miserable, even yourself, especially yourself. And let's see. So you're burning through, like, let's say 5,000 calories a day on a bigger training day. You're not eating anywhere near that. So your muscles and whatever, liver, are always kind of on a carb deficit. And one thing that I've learned is on the shorter workouts, if you go without fuel or water, you burn through 600 calories of glucose and a liter of hydration, for example, and electrolyte. And if you're doing that, give River some privacy, he's pooping. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing Hoka's. And I gotta show you my socks. You go ultra training, you don't care about anything anymore. I'm wearing socks from work with the Texas logo on them. They work just great. So, well, on his next stop, I'll show you. Come on, let's go. What I'm wearing for a top. So yeah, fuel just a little, and I gave him the big hands up, like, what are you doing? Shining your brights at me like that. It's a public street, dude. Anyway, come on. Oh, one reason I wear a visor like this when I run, even at night, is cars head on. They do that with their brights. A lot of car lights are automatic now. They turn bright. If you duck your head down or pull the visor down, it can help you not get blinded as bad. So you run a major calorie deficit and fueling just a little bit. I was having a conversation with my friend Gary, who I used to coach, who's a 10-hour flat Ironman. A little bit of blood sugar in the bloodstream goes a long way towards mood, making you feel better. That's where how you feel happens first, is there. And I've noticed if my blood sugar gets low on a long workout, I'm wearing running gloves that are glove liners, by the way. Got a bike light attached here, and a bike light on river. If I get low on fuel and blood sugar, then old injuries and aches and pains start to pop up. It's really weird. And then if I catch up on my fueling, they go away, which just goes to show a lot of that is in your mind. And once things start to hurt, you start coming up with excuses of maybe why you should turn around or quit. Come on, let's go, buddy. That's enough. We got to run at some point. Come on. Well, like I said, I'll talk about in future episodes why it's okay if you're ultra distance, that you're running most of your runs, not swimming and biking, but most of your runs should be very, very easy. And just getting in the miles is the point. With the running part, distance comes with volume. Or obviously, speed comes with volume. But we'll get that to another episode. Yeah, that's enough about fueling. I'll talk more about that later as I cover the other stuff. So, the Sriracha shirt that I'm wearing is a reminder. It's a cotton, one of those really thin cotton shirts. And I was listening to an episode of some podcast a long time ago about trail running, and this old guy with a big white beard was talking about the best running fabric he's got is these old thin t-shirts. And then I was like, yeah, he's kind of right. So I went out and ran in one, and it was in the late summer, early fall here in Texas, and it was horrible. It sucked. So it was still too hot. But he's got a point. They were doing an interview about Western States 100, which is up in middle to northern California. Way cooler there. They don't have the heat and humidity like we do down here. What you checking out, dude? We haven't been running together for like 3 or 4 days, so there's a whole lot of new sniffs. And he was a total spaz earlier. Chased a rabbit and almost pulled me down. But anyway, Satisfy is the name of the company. I keep wanting to say System, but it's Satisfy. All right, River, you've got it, dude. This dog, I've had 5 running dogs, I think, over all my years. This one wants to stop and sniff more than any other dog I've ever had. Had a Dalmatian, Greyhound, Black Lab, Golden Retriever mix. I'm trying to think what else. This guy. Oh, and now we have like this kind of Coonhound mix. Zoe. She's back at the house. She's a Mountain View Cur, if you want to. Mountain View Cur, if you want to look it up. All of these are adopted. The Greyhound we adopted as a puppy. It's a crazy story I'll get to another time, but the coolest dog, especially to adopt as a puppy. She had an injury, couldn't race, so we had to adopt her. Somebody said, anybody want a baby Greyhound? And I'm like, yes! Are you freaking kidding me? Anyway. Oh, pro tip. If you don't like all the bouncing in a YouTube video or whatever you find annoying, if you buy YouTube Premium, you can close your screen of your phone. Not only does it get rid of ads, but you can close the screen on your phone and it'll still keep playing the audio. It's awesome. Like if you listen to Rich Roll or something like that. Okay, I'm gonna be right back once I get the pause to work. Oh, I guess it kept recording. I guess it did. Okay, let's go. Dog does not like us over here. Let's switch hands. River. So real quick, System is a company, running company, very small, I guess. And they're in the news because Nike allegedly, kind of seems like they took one of their ideas without permission. And it's old cotton. Well, they're new, but they look super thin cotton t-shirts. Cool thing about cotton is it doesn't smell. Like it's kind of like wool, where wool doesn't smell bad. Like synthetic fabrics they hold on to the bacteria that make you smell bad, and then they smell bad, and then that's why they smell bad. But cotton doesn't do that. So anyway, Mothtech, moth like butterfly, like moth, is this funny name where they quote unquote strategically place, but it's across the chest and the back, put little holes and kind of a randomized shotgun looking pattern. Like it's a wool shirt and moths got to it. It's not bad. From a distance you can't see it at all. That's what I was listening to something when I heard about it. So I went to go check it out. And I'm like, oh, that's not much. But apparently it makes all the difference in that cotton shirt to get a little bit of breathability through it, on top of the super thinness of the cotton. I just realized an idea. Hey system, I'll tag you in this, or other people message them if they want me to test one out. Let me know. This is totally the right weather here in Texas to try one out. I would love to. But anyway, if people start talking about it so that you're caught up with the news, Nike started popping little holes in their shirts, their running shirts that are normally solid fabric, and I don't know what they call it. But the original idea, allegedly, came from Satisfy. Hey, come on, let's go. We got some running to do. And oh, this is a camera. Did I do that already? You can see me? Not really. You can see my watch. There you go. And I'm super excited about filming this because we're gonna have some really great videos coming now that I've got this figured out. We are getting nowhere tonight on tonight's run, but it's good to get out and get him out on a run. But yeah, so for this cold weather running, I'm just wearing running shorts, and then for a base layer, I'm wearing an old Under Armour heat gear, which, even though it's quote unquote for hot, I found out it works way better for cold as a base layer. And on a super cold day, like if it's pretty cold and you're biking, I put arm warmers on over that, and then as you get too hot, you can got a car coming. As you get too hot and you take off the arm warmers, you've still got a thin layer to protect you because it's still kind of cool outside. It's pretty awesome. So, last pro tip before we go is running in the cold. A friend and I he's an awesome runner. We're talking about it at lunch and at work. And he said, we were agreeing that the worst part about starting running in the cold is the starting. Because and then I said, well, just check that. I figured something out. It's overdressed like crazy, and then run really close to your house and drop off after just 5 minutes. And then what that'll do, drop off the extra stuff. And I said sometimes I'll wear a string backpack and just throw my jacket into that, and that'll get you outside and get you running without being miserable. And that's the whole key. And what I've got on right now, I've also got a little fanny pack that's really lightweight. And I was wearing a beanie earlier. It's real thin, and I get hot pretty quick. I'm tall, bigger guy, so I get hot. I build up body heat pretty quick, pretty easily. So I took that off and stowed it. I think that's it. I'll be back in a second if we end up on the boulevard and I can add it to the end of this video. If not, everybody stay safe out there. Keep the rubber side down, including your shoes. Let's go.